Hey there, Mark McKenzie here. I'm just going to do a bit of a fun video for you guys today on a very advanced technique, on a Steve Vai technique. We'll call it the Steve Vai Slide. Now, I'm not going to proclaim to be like the world's best Steve Vai advocate here. I just really love some of the ideas that he does. And so I'm not going to, like I say, I'm not an expert on exactly how he plays, so I don't want to hear a whole bunch of emails and things saying, hey, dude, you're not doing it exactly right. You should check out this video here or whatever. It's just a couple of cool techniques that can make your playing a little bit more Steve Vai-ish, shall we say. And I call it the Steve Vai Slide. I'm going to give you a real basic example. There's two ways that he does this that are really cool, and you can try and apply it in your playing. Okay, the first way I'm going to do it, I'm going to use kind of a crunchy sound here. I'm going to do a basic pull-off. So what I'm going to do is going to do a pull-off on the 5th fret of the A string, which is the 5th string, to the 3rd fret. And I'm going to pull off to my 1st finger. As soon as I've pulled off, I'm sliding up to the original position from where that pull-off happened. I'll explain it again. So I'm going to pick the note, the 5th fret, sorry, and I'm going to pull off. And as soon as I pull off, I'm going to slide. Can you hear that? I'll do it again slower. So I'm coming straight back to that initial note that I played with the slide. And then followed up with some vibrato. And heavy vibrato. You can try that anywhere. I like to use it over the guitar, and then go underneath the string, and then underneath again, and then a little bit higher. That riff's quite cool if it's in the key of a D, for example. Start with a D note, my 3rd finger. I'm sliding to the D note. Straight under that, I'm going to play from the A note, same idea again. Then from the E note underneath that on the G string, I'm going to go a little bit higher because that's the key I'm in. I'm going to go to the B note. Sounds really cool, doesn't it? So if I go... Kind of a cool little sounding technique there, and it's a nice way of getting across the fretboard in a bit more of an interesting way than just blistering your way through some lines to get to it. It's just a bit more interesting. And you can use that technique anywhere. So if I go back to the key of E, and I'm using the Lydian mode here for those technically minded people out there. You can do little wee scale ideas. Very Steve Vai-ish, that sound. That's sort of, I love that little idea. Such a simple little idea, but it sounds so effective. So that's one of the Steve Vai slides that he does that I really like to do. The other one is just to get to a note. So if we go back to that D, so instead of just playing a D, or sliding up to a D, which is another technique you can use, the cool Steve Vai way is going backwards, sliding down to it. Because that sort of... that sort of thing. Just sort of try, you can try it anywhere. As long as the note you're aiming at, you need to look at that note first. A little tip there if you're having trouble with that. If I'm aiming, for example, the 7th fret note here on the G string, if I'm aiming for that note, I need to look at that note, visually look at that note. Doesn't matter where I slide from, it'll always end up where I'm looking. So if I'm looking up here and watching it there, it'll take forever to get there. But if I look straight at that note, go straight to that note if I'm looking at one below. Sounds quite cool. So while I'm doing that, as soon as I pick the note, I slide. So as soon as you don't muck around, because if you wait, you'll get 2 notes. You'll get that sound, which is cool too, but it's not Steve Vai sounding. You want to get a... So as you pick, you start sliding. So start really high up the neck somewhere so that you've got a really quick movement happening. So you got that slide thing happening. It's quite cool. cool little ideas that you can add into your playing that sound really cool. So have some fun with that. Like I said, I'm not the expert on Steve Vai playing, but however, that to me sounds kind of Steve Vai-ish. And add it into your own playing, into your own soloing, just to take it to a different place, and it'll be really cool. And I hope to see you soon in the next video.